name is Sherri. I am a 52-year-old military veteran. I served active duty in the United States Air Force for 9 years. I am here today with my friend Angie Philips, and I want to first of all say thank you for being here today with me to help me tell my story. My goal here today is not to politicize anything, but rather to advocate not only for myself but for other victims, men and women both alike, that have suffered from military sexual trauma and PTSD. I am a two-time military sexual trauma, PTSD, MST victim and survivor. Some people have heard it to be known as the silent scream. This is not an easy thing to do today, and I just ask that keep an open mind and an open ear to help me, to help others. I was raped in the Air Force active duty in 1991 at Shepherd Air Force Base while in technical school training. The second time I was sexually assaulted was at Alpha Air Force Base in 1995 to 96. Anybody that knows anything about military sexual trauma or any kind of sexual assault, it is a very high betrayal trauma. It is very saddening, it is very traumatic, it is very heartbreaking. Yes, I was honorably discharged from the military. However, I wasn't able to, without negotiation, continue on with my career. And I was taken away, I had taken away my Montgomery GI Bill, which was $200,000 for education. So I was taken away the opportunity to further my education. With that being said, I feel that I was punished more than anything. Family and I have suffered greatly because medications were band-aiding my pain and suffering from PTSD and MST. There was a lot of misdiagnosis and undiagnosis made that was pertaining to the baseline of my problems, and that was with MST and PTSD. At one point in time, I was on everything from amphetamines, sedatives, opiates, benzos, sleep aids, anxiety medications, antidepressants, and medications that would have easily overdosed me or caused accidental suppression in respiratory. I have sleep apnea and sleep insomnia, to be additional to many other things. My family wrote letters, and there was nobody monitoring my medications sufficiently, where one was taking one away and the other one was prescribing another. So it was I was at great high risk for danger, and I suffered greatly. My mother and I went up to the Grand Island VAMC, and we begged the provider there, the counselor there at the Grand Island Mental Health Clinic, to hospitalize me and detox me for all the medications, and she denied me and said that they do not do that. So I went cold turkey off of 37 medications April 2nd on my knees with my service dog and the grace of God. Not only was it a very lonely time, a very fearful, painful time, a very dark side. There was a point in time that not only was I suffering from pain mentally and physically, emotionally, but I had been diagnosed also in 2010 with chronic fibromyalgia, in which amplifies pain. Also, I had had a gallbladder removal that was misdiagnosed, and which I had been in and out of the emergency room several times a week for 3 to 4 years for chronic severe pain in my right abdominal area, and which the Grand-On provider missed at the VA hospital. And it wasn't until I reached out for specialized care outside of the VA hospital that they diagnosed that my gallbladder needed to be removed. So during all that time of trying to adapt, of coming off all those medications, my gallbladder was amplified in pain of needing to come out. So there was a 2-month period where I was recovering from gallbladder removal and also detoxing myself off those medications, that I was totally isolated and suffering greatly. It was like being in a funnel of a dark hole, trying to climb out and nobody reaching down to help me. Very, very scary. I didn't want to take my life, but I didn't want to live that way anymore. We went to Washington to tell our stories and reached out to Senator Fisher, and she was not available, additional to Senator Sass, and we desperately tried to speak with them, and they also were not available. I sent out a constituent form asking for help from Senator Fisher, and I received one letter stating that she was aware of my situation with my military experience, misfortunate. However, she did not follow through. To this day, I have had to reach out to Senator McSally in Phoenix, Arizona, outside of my state of Nebraska, to get assistance to do a congressional inquiry on behalf of my claim here at the Department of Veterans Affairs. Senator McSally has been great on board, her and her staff, and she is Senator McSally is also a victim of military sexual trauma. She has done several inquiries on my behalf and continues to support me in this process. She is waiting aboard, waiting on my appeal for this matter, and she is in the loop still as we speak. Silent scream no more. Please hear our roar. For all the many men and women that have not told their story, please come forth. Find someone, a local counselor, a friend, a family member, document. Please tell your story, no matter how hard it is. Please don't turn the other cheek. Don't say that you just heard. Please start to listen. Just as Angie Philips is running for, let's come together in the state of Nebraska and let's start listening to one another. Please support your local veterans, all of our veterans, and let's come together and let's make a difference.